Alright, good morning people, good morning. I wanted to talk to you today about NFTs. So NFTs has been something that I have avoided like the plague because I didn't understand it, you know. It's like this thing that I can create, you know, on Paint, and then I just put it online and it sells for a lot of money. Like, why? Or, you know, I understand art, I guess, like, you know, like the different monkeys or whatever, and that's being cool, but, you know, is it really worth $300,000, $100,000, $50,000, $20? Like, where is the value really coming from? Don't really understand it. So, you know, I've been playing around with it, or I've been thinking about it. I keep telling people, like, what's up with NFTs, or when are you getting into NFTs, especially like people that have like bigger followings, because I think, like, I see value in it. Like, if I had a 1,000 followers and I issued an NFT to my followers to kind of, you know, add value to my influence, or, you know, to being a part of my community, or whatever it is. Like, I think that makes sense. And I was like, okay, I can get that, right? It's like, you know, a yacht club or whatever it is, and in order to be a member, you have to hold an NFT, and that means that you're basically investing into that space, and, you know, you holding that is like your membership fee or whatever it is, and then maybe there's bonuses later on, maybe there's other things that you can do, but I don't know. I'm still, you know, skeptical about it. The one thing that I just recently bought some NFTs, but what got me into it was the gaming element to it, right? So I got into Gala, first the coin. I had saw George, I Am George, playing one of the Gala Games, so I went and looked into it, because I like those little games, you know, that you play on your phone or whatever. I enjoy them, so I was like, alright, I'll check it out, and saw him playing, and oh man, so I started playing Townstar, you know, not when it first got released, like just a couple months ago. This is February now, well, maybe about a month ago, not even. I just got into it. They just started doing the play to earn, where now you can earn town coin. So I've definitely earned some town coin, and I bought some NFTs for the game, because my whole understanding of it is, you know, so there's these games on your phone, right? And I've spent probably a few hundred, maybe 1,000, a couple thousand, just playing these little games on my phone. You know, and then sometimes there's advertisements on them, and, you know, different things like that. And so I definitely think the gaming thing is a great angle. I think there's a huge crowd of people that would love to do that. Now, the game on my phone, I'm, you know, putting money into it, putting time into it, and not really getting anything out of it other than, you know, wasting my time or entertaining me for whatever period of time. So you know, I eventually stopped doing it because I felt like, you know, it was just a drain on me. But here with Gala, they're doing play to earn games, where when you're playing the game, you have an opportunity to earn one of their coins. So where are my, so far I have earned 10 town coin, and that's basically from 2 days of playing Townstar. So I haven't done much. What really attracted me was not Townstar. I'm a big Walking Dead fan. So Walking Dead is one of my favorite shows. I love, you know, like post-apocalyptic survival genre in general. It's definitely one of my favorites. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, I'm all in on Gala on that, and I was kind of angry because by the time I gathered the money together and put money on their platform, they stopped selling the land NFTs, because I was planning on buying one of those land NFTs. So instead, they just dropped these like power-ups or whatever other types of NFTs. So I bought one of those. Hopefully I can find the land NFTs back again. I have no idea what's going on with that. I don't know where they went. I don't know if they just pulled it back and they're gonna drop it at another time. I have no idea what's going on, and I feel like I'm not getting the news from them. But they have some, some other games that look pretty cool. I was into StarCraft, so strategy games are pretty cool for me too. So I'm thinking about this whole Echoes of Empire maybe. But I'm not 100% sure yet. What is the cost of this? Yeah, this is pretty expensive. But I think this is just to get your node license, which is something that I'm thinking about too. I definitely would love to get one of these nodes. So what I like too about the whole concept. So here, and I'll show you with Townstar. And Townstar, oh my god! First few times I played without any Gala on the system and without any NFTs, and it's virtually impossible to play like that. I mean, it's not like you can, if you're highly focused and whatnot, maybe you can make that happen. But basically, you log into the game and then there's a challenge, right? And you're supposed to earn stars, right? And I'm not going to go too deep into the whole strategy of the game. I'll save that for another time. But you earn stars by selling items. So you have a little truck, or if you're waterlocked, you have a boat, and then you send them out to sell products. Whatever products that you have, you need to have at least 10 products, and then it costs you gas. Which you have, the gas facility that fuel storage, and that is the crux there. So I thought when I first started playing the game that the motivation was to create gas first, so that you can be self-sufficient basically, and they start you off with 40 gas. And then it costs you 2 to 5 gas to ship things out. Usually, it depends on where you pick in your location on the map. But when you have Gala, like all you need is 1 coin in the system, and when you have that, they give you basically a staking reward. So this is a little bit different, and I love this concept completely. Instead of like because I have like ETH on there and I have Gala on there, and they're not giving me money for my Gala or my ETH or anything. They're not promising me crazy amounts of interest for staking. They're not, which I think borderline, an investment type thing. But instead, they want you to invest. They want you to invest into a community. It's not that you're investing into a commodity. You're investing into a community, meaning you're putting the money there and you're investing into this whole gaming thing. So if you buy the node, or if you're playing the game and you have the NFTs in there, then you have a chance to earn, but you're earning by playing the game. That's not really it's not really earning interest or anything like that. You're just having fun playing the game, and part of that is you get to earn a certain amount of town coin each day by completing the challenge. So that said, you get gas if you have just 1 Gala in there as your staking reward, which allows you to actually play the game. You run out of gas, and basically whenever you run out of gas and you really need it, that plane lady pops up. gasoline to get up the money, the capital, and built, and I managed to produce gasoline, and this is with no Gala, with no NFTs, no nothing. I managed to produce gasoline, but it was only one gasoline that I ended up producing in the end, and I ran out of money. And that's it, your town is dead. If you can't sell, if you can't pay your workers, if you can't do any of that stuff, then your town is dead, it's done. And you have to start over. Or I don't know if there's another solution, but that's what I found. So I've bought 3 NFTs in the Townstar platform. One of them is the water tank here, which is more of a functional one. It provides water to the spaces around it, just one passive water, which is pretty cool, because here I'm growing wood or trees, and it takes a lot of water to do that, as compared to I also grow wheat, which doesn't take that much water to do. We shouldn't see it. Wheat farms that are barren. So I can show, here goes one. But it takes 3 water, basically. And you have to get really strategic, and you have to like plan things out. But then, like if you see, I'll have, like in these corners, I have a wheat, and then I have a bunch of trees around it. And I did the same thing here, because what happens is the AI on the farmers that do the watering of everything, I think they go for whatever needs the least amount of water. But I feel like I'm straying, I'm going too much into the game, but this is one of the NFTs I got. This is Death Row Records, which I believe is with Snoop Dogg and all that. And it doesn't really have any kind of function where this one provides water. Then I have a basketball court NFT, and that doesn't really have any other function other than, so you can earn, I think, 1 town coin if you have just Gala in the system, in the community. But with these NFTs, it basically, it bought me more time, because usually you only have like an hour or a couple of hours, 3-4 hours to complete your challenge. Now, because I have the NFTs in the game, I have like 23-24 hours to complete my daily challenge. Also, I'm instead of 1 town coin, I earn 5 for every one. And if you buy more expensive NFTs, those rewards increase. So I'm not sure if I get more gas. I don't think that's the case. I think you get more town coin in return, and you get more time to complete your challenges, which I don't know if you really need. Like, I completed my challenge, and I still have 8 hours left. But I guess if you're going back and forth and not playing all the time and don't have time to sit for an hour or 2, because that's really all it takes, about an hour or 2 hours once you get yourself established and build the platform. Like the first time, it'll probably take you a nice 8 hours, 10 hours to get your staking, your town coin reward and complete your challenge. But here, once you've already built up the city, it's probably going to get easier and easier to meet the challenge. So I'm not going into strategy other than to say I think it's genius, because you are basically investing in the community by buying these NFTs, and they'll reward you with incentives inside the game. So it's kind of like you get the little cheat codes, or you get a little bit of an edge or an advantage, or it makes life easier. And then you're earning town coin while playing the game, and it's like, well, that's kind of like your interest on these NFTs that you have in the game, because it makes it easier for you to earn town. So now it takes me an hour, and I earn my town points for the day. And soon maybe it'll take me less time, and I'll just be playing for enjoyment, or maybe it'll motivate me to change out some of these NFTs and do some other things. I'm not sure yet. I like the game, but I understand this isn't for everybody. Like I love Call of Duty versus shooters too, so that's that's that. But what I am liking, so you know, some of these other like the metaverses or whatever it is, they basically, you know, you're buying land there, but what's the purpose? What are you going to do with the land there? I still don't quite grasp that. I've seen, you know, I get it if, you know, you're running an NFT art gallery there and you want to have virtual, like I saw that, and that's okay, that's cool. Or, you know, you're advertising or whatever, and you want to be in there and buy the land so that you can advertise. But it doesn't really click for me. But in the game, or like with the so here you don't have to buy land, they just give you pick one lot wherever. But like what I was talking about with the Walking Dead game, the Empires, you buy land, but it makes sense because you need land to build your base. You need land, you know, you can have a certain amount of players on your land. You know, there's elements to it where you're actually using it in the game, and it has a purpose for you, and you're playing a game. Now, I think that's an opportunity for advertising. Like Death Row is basically getting their brand out by having this NFT in the game. Now, I don't think anybody's really visiting these cities or anything like that, so maybe it doesn't make sense for certain advertisers unless you're specifically trying to target the person playing the game, which I think makes sense. So maybe there is room for advertising NFTs and things like that, where you know, but I don't know. I think it would be better. So like with Walking Dead, which I haven't, you know, explored at all just yet, because it hasn't come out yet, and I've only read limited things about it. But I'm imagining that it'll be like the movie where you have your base and you're trading with different communities, and you might be visiting different cities and going into their little plots of land. And it would make sense then, I think, for advertisers to say, oh, well, I'll create an NFT that, you know, gives you, you know, a dollar or a town coin or whatever coin per day that you have it in the game, because then it makes sense when people are visiting, they're going to see that you have this NFT on your land, and they're going to see the brand that's associated with it. So you know, you'll be getting some exposure, some people looking at your ad. And so that sounds cool to me, and I feel like somebody should be doing that. Again, I mean, none of this is financial advice, none of this is legal advice. Looking for financial advice from a professional. I'm not doing this for fun, you know, to really stress my mental health and all that type of stuff. Plus my own, you know, edification, education, that kind of thing. Also, I am an attorney, so I have to say, you know, don't take anything I'm saying in here as legal advice. Like, there could be aspects of what I'm talking about that relates to contracts, deals, or whatever. But I'm not trying to give you legal advice here. You would need to retain me if you wanted me as an attorney, and I'm not even advertising my services here, so please, let's just keep it gaming. If you are dealing with a legal issue, though, it's highly advisable that you consult an attorney. You should pay consultation fees. I think it's very much worth it. It allows them to give you advice without having to fully commit to retaining and so on. But and then, you know, maybe you consult multiple attorneys and you get a better picture of your situation. I think that's why, you know, I understand everybody has financial concerns and whatnot. There's legal aid out there, there's different things like that. But it's important. Consult an attorney if you're dealing with a legal issue. Don't use anything I'm saying in this video as advice. And that's the point. That said, yeah, I think this is really cool. I would love to see some more of these NFTs advertising. I can't wait for the Walking Dead game to come out. And I feel like there's a huge cult following with Walking Dead. So once that game comes out, it's going to be a wrap. There's going to be a bunch of people on the system. I think right now there's a good following with Townstar, which, you know, I'm surprised. But the creator, I think he was part of Zynga, which is another gaming company that had some pretty good success on the Facebook platform and things like that. Another thing is, I would love to see this on more platforms. I'm pretty sure you can play on your phone, which is pretty cool. But like, I would love to put it on my PlayStation. I would love, you know, if you had an Xbox, you could put it on your Xbox. I think that would be cool. Obviously, it's on the computer, which is cool. But yeah, I think the gaming thing is the way to go. People, there's a huge following of people that just spend money on these games, and they spend money 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 and get nothing back other than entertainment value. Now, you spend some money, but you actually get something back, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like I said, just to get the gas, you know, you can just have one Gala token on the platform. That's very inexpensive. I think Gala is at like 20 cents right now or something like that. So, and then, you know, it'll take you longer to build up your town to earn coin, but eventually you can get there, and, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of money. And I don't think the town coin is worth much either. But like I said, I imagine that when this starts gaining popularity and there's more people using it, it's getting adopted, which I think the gaming side of it will be adopted quicker than even the crypto side of it. But who knows what's going to happen. But I just think it's super interesting that, or I mean, not even super interesting. I think it's interesting that this concept is evolving. So it's kind of like your own metaverse. This game not, but The Walking Dead sounds like that's what it is. And I would imagine that the StarCraft ones, I wonder if that's going to be open world too. I haven't even read the description of that, but very interested in when that comes out, taking a look at it. And I've been saving up money to try to get one of these nodes, because I think that's going to be huge. And I heard that you would get rewards like NFTs and coins and things like that just for running the node. It's kind of like mining, but you're like helping their network by, you know, running their software on your computer, and it doesn't take a lot of power or anything like that. You don't have to have the most advanced system. You're just really storing information or helping with security or whatever it is, programming wise, that they need you for. But I think that's very, very, very interesting, and I think we're kind of still at the ground, like not the ground floor, but we're still early in. So I'm happy that I've jumped in at this stage. And, you know, it was the first thing that actually convinced me to buy an NFT, because otherwise I saw no real value, other than maybe like the club membership thing. Like, you know, like I'm part of a boat club. I could imagine that, well, in order to be a member, you have to be an NFT holder, and, well, you know, I had to pay basically a certain amount, and then I pay a monthly amount for the insurance, and then I pay for gas every time. But that first base amount, whatever that was, $5,000, that could have been an NFT. It's saying, hey, you know, I think you might even be able to sell it for more than that. $5,000 because it's an NFT. So I think that's an interesting concept that maybe some of the boat clubs should think about, or some of the other membership clubs should be thinking about too, because that I see value in it, because it's not that the NFT is the thing that's valued, it's the membership, you know, being part of that community again. So I think that is how NFTs would be popular and successful. That is how you'll get people to buy. But you know, it would be interesting because with the membership, you know, would you be able to transfer that? Maybe not. So there might be some restrictions. But still, I still think it's a cool concept and something that, you know, people should think about, play around with in their minds. But what I'm hoping is that, you know, if this game starts to get really popular, if, you know, the Walking Dead people, crowd, fans, they come into the platform and they start playing the Walking Dead games, that's just, you know, the price is going to go up. So yesterday's price is not today's price, right? In the words of the Fat Joe. So I think, you know, the sky's the limit here if they're able to get some kind of mass adoption, and I think that's great for crypto too, you know, and just in general, because the more people involved with NFTs and crypto and coins and things like that, the better it is for the whole crypto community as a whole. So I definitely love what Gala's doing. I'm interested to see what some of the other gaming projects are. I haven't looked into any, so if you know other gaming projects, please leave that in the comments. Tell me about it. If you want to, you know, tell me how crappy my little town is, you feel free to do that. But, you know, either way, like, dislike the video, whatever, interact with it, share it with your friends, because I think this is the future here. Especially if another pandemic comes up, people will just be home playing games. And they'd be able to earn some money doing that. So I think it's interesting. So, alright people, I'm going to sign off. Thanks a lot for watching. Really, really appreciate you. And you know my motto, trust no one. Peace out, people.